Kent in Paris, France. Hey, Kent, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's amazing being an American living overseas, especially for the past 7 years, and feeling in the space of 24 hours the difference. It's like a weight coming off. Maybe that's just internal and it's just me, but people are in the streets. I live in a very heavily African immigrant populated area, and these guys, a lot of them aren't even French. They literally are from Ivory Coast or whatnot, wearing Obama shirts for the past week, yelling Obama in the street. It's been going all day.
Really?
Chanting Obama, Obama. It just breaks out spontaneously, and then it calms down, and it happens again, and they have, I don't even know where they get these things, but, like Obama's little ski caps and stocking caps and shirts, and Obama 2008, and it's fantastic. And Paris kind of went a little crazy last night. There were big events, Americans meeting, and I agree with, what the female caller just a couple calls back said. It's just amazing, and it really feels like America is going to be able to be that beacon on the hill again in the eyes of Americans, hopefully, and in foreign relations.
So well said. Ken, thanks so much for listening to us there in Paris, France, and thanks for the call. And yes, we're all Americans now, and we're all citizens of the world. Maybe that's a better way to say it, because we're all humans here. We're all alive. We're all part of the same game. And now we need to work toward enhancing the quality of life all over the world.
And to those Americans whose support I have yet to earn, I may not have won your vote tonight, but I hear your voices. I need your help, and I will be your president too.
There you go. Carol in Brussels, Belgium. Thank you for calling, Carol.
It's good to talk to you. You're a wonderful beacon for all of us who are overseas, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Carol. I'm beginning to think not only are we the number one progressive talk show in America, but we must be the number one internationally. We're getting nothing but it's wonderful. So, Carol, how is Belgium responding to the election of Barack Obama?
Just as you are hearing from the other countries in Europe, it is amazing that they give much more time here to this election than I've ever seen them give to a Belgian election. You see, they've caught, the European Union has kind of caught the corporatist flu.
Right.
And they are beginning to privatize and to talk about, have
ever
some
since
of the
Thatcher.
same problems. And it's a good idea now that perhaps Obama can give a different image, and they'll catch that one too.
That's marvelous. Carol, thanks so much for calling and for listening to us in Brussels, Belgium.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Sue from Milton Keynes, England. Sue, who runs our chat room. You can drop in and say hi. Hey, Sue.
Hi, Tom. Congratulations, America.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. How Milton Keynes is would you call it a suburb of London? I've been there.
No, it's a brand new town. It's separate, but it's about 60 miles away from London.
60 miles, okay. It's hard to remember. It's been a few years since I've been there. But in any case, so how is the UK? What are you seeing in UK media, Sue?
Well, everyone seems pretty excited. It's like a big weight off of the world's shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just for African Americans. It's also about relationships around the world. With Bush being so, it's our way or the highway.
Yeah. There's almost
we feel we can carry on with life again.
Yep. Like Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sue, thanks so much for the call. And thank you very much, and thanks for the great work you're doing in our chat room. If you want to drop in and say hi, Sue runs the show there. She has her daily stack every day on our website at thomhartmann.com. She compiles what's going on in the show. Sue, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jan in Saskatchewan, Canada. Hey, Jan.
Well, my wife is in Saskatchewan. She's American. I'm Canadian. I'm a long hauler. I'm in Missouri at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was dog-tired last night. I could barely stay awake, but I would not stop listening to your guest, Mr. Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
My wife was in tears. I would call her every 15 minutes with results, and we would discuss them. We were both in tears. We moved to Canada. We've been married 6 years, and my wife, I came to her home in Iowa, and I was informed she was ashamed to be an American anymore. We moved to Canada. Last night, when I told her it was the game was up, the power of one had come through with shining colors, and she said, you know, I'm holding my head high.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
Both of us in tears, even still. What it means to your country and to the planet is just absolutely beyond measure.
Yeah.
And your work and the work of your compatriots has been absolutely invaluable to teach the public. I never refer to you by name, always as the professor. I have done everything I could by talking to people, everything I legally could with money to see this day happen. I am absolutely overjoyed, not just, as I say, for your country, but for the planet.
Thank you so much, Jan.
Without this, we stood next to no chance.
Yeah, I share your feelings. Jan, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it. Arsen in Armenia. Arsen, welcome to the program.
Hey, Tom. It's a victory!
It's a victory! Yeah, I got it, Arsen. So the Armenians like this too, eh?
Yes, Tom. Thank you for your education for everyone around the world. I mean, you inspire everybody. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, we have a new hope, new change, and, you know, it gives me a lot of hope. You know, you won't believe how inspired I am.
Yeah, well, that's great. Arsen, thank you so much for the call from Armenia, and thank you for listening to us. It is much appreciated. Yurik in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Hey, Yurik.
Hey, Tom. Let me tell you a story, man. I hope you can understand me. I was not born in the United States.
Uh-huh.
I was born in St. Lucia. I joined the United States military. I went to the Persian Gulf War, not being an American citizen. I heard Reagan talk about freedom, justice, and all those stuff. It made me so happy, you know, that people could have those ideals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For somehow, I felt like, you know, I've been to war, I guess, I suffer from post-traumatic stress and stuff, so I don't go out. And I felt all those ideals were lost. You know, I was questioning about myself and humanity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And to finally see, you know, that Barack Obama won, it kind of gave me hope again, you know.
Yeah.
You don't know how happy I am just to hear that. I think I'm kind of like inspired right now, you know, to see that change. And at least humans are not actually as bad as I actually think we are. We can be, rather.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I had to say, man.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate the call, and thanks for listening to us in the U.S. Virgin Islands there. David in Copenhagen, Denmark. David, we have just a half a minute before we've got to wrap up the hour. Quick comment?
Okay, well, we had about 300 people, Tom, and when they broke the news there on CNN, oh, man, it was just wonderful. It was marvelous. And we had some Danish politicians. The American ambassador was there. He was a Republican, but he sent us some nice words, too. No, it was a great night, and we are so happy.
That's great. So the Danes are celebrating, too.
The Danes are celebrating. We did it for everybody. You know, I'm chair of Democrats Abroad Denmark here, but we did it for everybody, not just the Americans.
That's great. David, it's great to hear from you. It was wonderful meeting you back in March. Thanks so much for the calls. Coming up next, Senator Bernie Sanders.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program.